Hello, everybody. This is our fourth Park Slope Windsor Terrace artist interview. We have two people tonight, Mieko Asada and Luis Coig. Each artist will be interviewed for 15 minutes, and you will only see the person who's being interviewed on the screen. Mieko, we're going to start with you. I'm so glad to have you here, and I love what's on your mantelpiece behind you.
Thank you.
And I would like to ask you a little bit about your background, and then if we could maybe look at your studio. But you have you have a few degrees in the arts. Can you tell us a little bit about your studies?
Yes, I came to this country shortly after I graduated liberal arts college in Japan, and then half a year later, I happened to come to New York because I know the only one American girl who is from outside of DC, but happened to be in Brooklyn. That's why I came. And then I decided to stay for a while, and then sort of my dream to take an art class. So I took an evening art class in Brooklyn Museum. And then that led me to change it to the full-time, and then I stayed there 2 years.
Oh.
And then I want to pursue a little bit farther. And then I went to undergraduate art college, New Bedford, Mass, called the Swain School of Design, now resolved and part of the UMass Dartmouth. And then after that, I went to Maryland Institute to graduate School of Painting, and that's my art background.
Okay, well let's go to your thank you. Let's go to your studio here.
Right.
Very nice studio.
Yes, yes. My studio located 1 block away from my house, so it's very, very convenient. And then facing to, this is the back window, but facing to Fifth Avenue, the nearby, lots of nice restaurant or takeout places. So it's kind of fun. And my studio is about a little bit over 400 square feet. And then as you see, I paint large, and which I feel very comfortable because life size. So
how big is that? Are those paintings on the left? They look very
yeah, these are 64 by 56.
Wow.
It's a good size for me. I used to paint much larger. It takes me really, really long time, and then never finish it so often. So okay. Yeah, but I paint small too. Yeah.
Okay.
This is my breakthrough painting I did in graduate school. And then that's made my one teacher very happy because he was not sure what I was doing. And then he said, take off your stockings. And then he's a old man using that term, but I took a show yourself. And then, but these two figures, and then I sort of combine the figures when I see sometimes from the newspaper or magazines. And as a matter of fact, this dancer is Mikhail Baryshnikov, and from one of the dancing magazines. And
that quote you just cited about take off your stockings, that's on your webpage. That's your motto. Show more of yourself.
Yes, that's still, I could hear my teacher saying that. And then so that sort of keep me going.
Okay.
And then in 80s, my husband and I worked 2 years full time and saved up money. And then we went to Europe for 2 months. And then, so that was like another art education to me. And then Spain, this is Cordoba. And then there's a statue called uh, uh, Christ of the Lanterns, and made late 1700. But Cordoba is, as you know, all buildings are totally white. And then I didn't expect it. Yeah, I carried my Japanese guidebook. So it said, so and so. And then I didn't think any of it. But the first I went to, it's like totally mesmerizing, all like the, this kind of shape of lanterns, and then all this guardrails, and all totally turn out black because everybody can put the candles and pray. So their religious feelings, and then most of the widows in Spain that time was wearing all blacks, and then sort of comparing to Italy and France, they worship more Saint Mary instead of Jesus Christ, and then so that was a deep impression with me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is large also, and so is this one, and this one is Brussels, Belgian, and as everybody knows, this is the mannequin piece, and I was really, really looking forward to something spectacular statue, and then but I couldn't find, and then I almost missed, and then just a little corner of the street.
I saw that myself a few years ago. It's amazing how small it is and how big the tourists are.
Yeah. So I was very, very disappointed, but somehow that memory stick with me. So, and then I expanded and then put more greens and then new environment I created. And then, so often my paintings appear with a woman, and these three figures also from the different sources. And then the left-hand side was the woman is like a Japanese old photographer, went to Europe and then went to Paris and Moulin Rouge or somewhere, and they took a stripper or somebody, and then that the woman with red leotard is that the ice skater.
Oh.
Who is Katharina Bett from Germany. And then the swimmer I wanted to add is from National Geographic. Yeah. And then so I created an environment. And then I do the small paintings like this, and then they are like a 16 by 14. That's my size for the small canvas. And then I do so often with the studies. And then one time, one of my son's studies in, this one is I made like 2014 or around that time, so relatively recently. And then we went to the Museum of African Art, and then they have a lot of African masks you carved, wooden carved, and then so that memory stick with me, so I sort of translate to my paintings. And so I made this bunch. And then this one is like the temples, one of the oldest temples in Nara. Nara is older than Kyoto, and then that's oldest city. And the one of the temples always closed, and every now and then they open. And then this is the, like, when I look up, and then the ceiling was so beautiful. And then sort of probably each panel, like all panels painted at the same time and the same pattern. But it get old and then peeled, and then so I sort of visualized making like that. And this is a 16 by 16. And then last three paintings are my recent paintings, and I call the Subway Rider series. And then this is the first one, and I made in 2019. And I thought about, felt that this is unfinished, and then I have a old friend. We studied together in the Brooklyn Museum, who went back to Israel. And every now and then she come to visit. Her husband's family is in the States, so he come to visit, and then he stopped by Brooklyn and then see my work, and then she really liked it, and then she said, "Oh, this is finished," and so I made it finished, and then so after that, I have finished the three paintings, and then two are here. And next one is
what looks like a grid here. Is that a grid you made in order to do the painting, or is that an effect that you simply just wanted, you liked having the grid?
Grid means
the black lines going across and up and down.
Oh yeah, that's on purposely. Yeah, I lined with the pencils, and then well, while I thought I gonna erase it, and then I decided to leave it.
And, okay. You like the way it looked. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way it looked.
Did you work from a scale drawing? Is that why you have the grid? Did you have a smaller version that you used, like?
Yes, and then so make it bigger, and then.
And how big is this?
This is 64 by 56.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's why I.
Yeah, you need a grid.
A grid, yeah. And this, so often, like even when I entered, became a member of this program, and then I sent these three subway paintings, and then Charge of the Web chose this one for my first page of my work. So this one is very, very interesting because old lady and the young man, and one is doing the regular reading, and the other one is everybody dies with it.
I think we should recommend this to the MTA because they should paint the floors orange.
Yeah, always like all subway is the same color. So I always do not know what to do. And then like, when painted, like this is totally unfinished. And then, a few days later, maybe I leave the way it is. And
interesting.
So, that's the way, because that's the fun of.
And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to this. I noticed something interesting in this painting, which is that the orange floor aligns with the man's pants, and I can't tell. I think it aligns with the lady's pants as well. But was that and the black and red also his shoe? I guess it is aligned. Is that on purpose? Do you like the way that fits, or is that just the way it looked? And I take it you did this from a photograph or a sketch?
This is from the photographs, and then like all usually dark.
Yeah.
And the underneath is slightly like I use a silver.
Yeah.
But the silver is not fun, and then so maybe after I paint it could be blue or grayish, and then I paint the pink, and then that's related to the book, which is red, and then that book could be blue book, or I don't remember, but somehow I thought matches to the lady, and And then when I look at it's kind of yeah, the young man wearing a pea coat and the old lady wear a fur coat, and so it's kind of really
Yeah.
interesting contrast.
Okay. Well, I agree. Thank you, Mieko. I really, really love that. Everybody listening, save your questions for later. But
Okay,
Mieko, beautiful work and a beautiful studio, by the way. Very nice.
thank you.
And with that, we thank you.